This episode's called Party, Banquet of the Gods. I love me some gods, I love me some parties. What's up, Dapper Squad? It's your boy Darius, back at it again with Danmachi, Season 2, Episode 1. For any of those wondering and curious, yes, before we hop into this, yes, I did watch the Sword of Oratoria little 12 episode series. I was able to find it on Amazon Prime where I live. The reason I didn't watch it on camera is because a lot of people told me that it was really in total about 4 episodes of actual content, whereas a lot of the other stuff was just little things added onto an episode that we've already seen just from a different perspective, which a lot of it, especially in the first part, was a lot of things that we've already known, just different perspective. I will say I loved learning more about each of the individual characters, loved learning more about Ice's backstory. The biggest thing that I loved about this, even though it felt like a lot of it was just from a different perspective from the season 1 that we've already seen, was the underlying thing. Like the entire story of Bell and Hestia, that's Bell's story, that's Bell's adventure. Meanwhile, like even though we came in contact with Ice and the Loki Familia the entire time, they have their own entire investigation / story they were worrying about. And I love the way us watching from Bell's perspective, we have no idea about that, but it's still there, it's very prevalent. And like the biggest thing was like after she saved him from the orcs, then Fells came, the cloaked mage whatever under Uranus came and hired her for that quest to go down to 24 in the pantry. You know, it's like things like that. I love the interconnectivity, but it definitely, I would say, is okay that I watched it off camera. There were a couple of cool moments, but for 12 episodes, it would have taken like at least a few weeks on here. I would rather just get through the season 2 and 3 and then continue on with more anime, more shows. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. With the beginning, with the first and last episode of any season that we watch here on the channel, the full length, which is normally available on Patreon as a tier, is available for free for everyone. So go make sure to check that out. Come back here for the review. If you do like that format and want to continue watching the rest of the show, all the other shows like that, you can consider checking out that Patreon. It's always available for you guys. If you guys could just leave a like and a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm, I appreciate that oh so much. I'm so excited to get into this. But yeah, I'd say the biggest things I'm curious about are what's going on with Enyo, Revis, Uranus, and then Fells, and then just now that we know about Zeus. And it's fun, it was crazy to learn that Zeus had his own familia, which makes sense, but at one point they were the only ones to go down. Zeus and who was the other one? Zeus and Hera, was it? The only ones that go down to 59 before Finn. Oh, I love Finn. Finn is awesome. Finn and Gareth. Gareth is so cool. Love all of them. They're awesome. But let's hop into this. So excited. Danmachi, Season 2, Episode 1, Party, Banquet of the Gods. Level 2, just hit it. Awesome. Which I was asking last season is how weird is it for different familias to be in contact, or not necessarily in contact because there are a lot of them in contact, but like to go on these expeditions together. It is very weird. Like a lot of the familias, like I'm just used to Bell and Hestia, you know, and then Lily Ruka, who also was by herself a lot, or a supporter. But most expeditions and most going out to the dungeon little gatherings are done by a singular familia. The Loki family, because they're so strong and so expansive, they always do their shit together. But when they had like the huge one, they had to ask the Hephaestus Smiths for help, which was a big deal, you know, because normally they don't work together. So that's just some context for me, which I just wanted to clarify, process for myself, you know. It is weird for families to be working together. Those look like Freya's family. Okay, so he's still level 2. Damn it, I wanted him to level 3 from that. Okay, buddy. People are talking shit. It's kind of like Saitama in One Punch Man. You just can't believe that someone's doing that much better than you know? Now, there's one thing about anime main characters. Okay. You talk about them, that's one thing. You talk about their friends, it's a wrap. I'll always know that. Ooh. Okay, that was well. Good. Uh-oh. Bar fight. Bar fight. Break his back. Good shit, Bell. Oh, who is this guy? Ooh. Damn. Damn. Oh, not Freya. Apollo. Only reason I guess. Only reason I said Freya is because there was people wearing all black that were supposedly a part of Freya's in the Sword of Oratoria. Oh. Yeah, and if you think you're cool at level 3, Bete's a level 5. Don't piss him off. That guy was super strong. Oh, okay. We can't be having no Hestia slander. No Hestia slander in this channel. She's a nice lady. Be the bigger person, turn the other cheek. I love me a good old bar fight, but you're right, Hestia. That's the more mature thing to do. Good call, Hestia. Well, she doesn't look excited about that. What's going on with the Apollo family? Oh no. If Aina's telling us that, you know it's bad. Yeah, I could. Knowing from what Ryu said, I could totally see that. It's so weird going from the Sword of Oratoria to going from the 40s and 50s to going down to trying to get 13, you know? What is that logo on there? That looked curious. Ooh. Daphne and Cassandra. Okay, that was the Apollo. Is Apollo shoot? Is he an archer? Oh, this is the banquet. Yeah, it seems a little suspect. After that happens, then you get an invitation. I know Miyak's cool. Take, I forget the whole rest of his name, but they're cool too. Take Mazikuchi, Taki Zimochi, something like that. I know I like Uka, Chigusa, and Mikoto, so Take's cool in my book. Oh, look at Chauffeur Bell. Oh, Hermes. It's weird seeing him without his hat. Yeah, he looks more like a celebrity. It was good seeing Asphy in the Sword of Oratoria too. I like her a lot. Okay, okay. Hermes is... That's Daphne and Cassandra. Oh, that's the what's his name? Damn it. Oh, is that why they said Hestia has some beef or some history with him in the past? I hate people who are spiteful. Freya and Otaro, who we learned is the only level 7 in Orario. Yeah, she is supposedly... Oh, which someone commentated, I said commentated. Someone commented on the finale last episode. I forget who you are. I'm trying to shout out more comments more specifically because you guys give me such good information. Thank you so much. I gotta get better at that. I gotta write them down beforehand so I know. But someone told me the reason why Moldo, and when he used the Hades helm, was able to be detected by Bell, not easily, but relatively better than you would assume, is because his passive ability to detect people watching him has gone up dramatically due to Freya constantly spying on him. Just constant eyes gazing on him. So when he's sitting there and he can feel eyes on him, even though he's invisible. That's what like when you think about it, that's something that doesn't necessarily need to be explained at all. It's just like anime. Oh, he detected him, you know. But it makes so much sense, especially in a video game, that there are just skills that passively go up as you're doing stuff throughout your day, to, you know, like farming, mining, anything else. That's just crazy to me. That's just I like that. I don't know. Is Freya gonna actually talk to him though? That's the real thing, because she's been causing so much issues. She will. She seems like one of those ladies that, like, you know, when those ladies say you're not ready for me in bed, Freya seems like one of those ladies who you're actually not ready for. Like, she will literally suck the soul out of you. Yeah, I could never get used to formal parties. I mean, maybe every once in a while, but never constantly. So the guy who beat our ass earlier is meeting with some shady person under a lamppost. I don't recognize said shady person. And they're gone. Interesting. Also, I'm curious to know what happened to Zeus so much, because obviously Bell thinks his granddad, who is Zeus, died as an adventurer, but also I forget it was Dionysus, when Dionysus and Hermes, who Dionysus is up to some shit too. Like I said, that's why I said there are gods who are just up to fucking shit, but Dionysus is up to something. But it was Dionysus and Hermes having a conversation, and he said, "Oh, you, the dog who left Zeus for Uranus," which we know Uranus is the leader of the guild, which the guild is the one who keeps the dungeon at bay or something like that. Which, another shout. I'm talking so much in this episode, guys. I'm sorry. There's just so much information. Somebody else let me know as to, because I was wondering, was it Freya who sent the super Goliath on floor 18 to do that? But somebody also let me know. Thank you. I need to be more specific with the comments, that it was pretty much Hestia who kind of enabled that, because I didn't realize the dungeon. Obviously, the dungeon holds monsters. But I didn't realize the dungeon was like a sentient being in and of itself, because obviously the gods aren't allowed to go in there. That's been established. But when Hestia went in there, she didn't use her powers, but she flexed her powers to say, stop it, you know, I could fuck you up if I wanted to. But the dungeon detected her using her powers and sent that thing to try to deal with it, which they've told me in context, when you think about it, because we're on floor 18, isn't like that big. Like a super Goliath is crazy, but we at level 2, Bell was able to do a lot, like take care of it pretty much, you know. Like if it was like floor 50 and some shit like that happened, it would be a completely different story. So it's just like so many questions got answered. So thank you to that, but also thank you to the show for answering my questions. We should dance with ice. Just follow his lead. I think he knows he really likes eyes too. Maybe this is gonna be the motivation he needs to get him into high gear. Start talking to your woman, Bell. Okay. Hermes is a perv and a weirdo, but he's a good wingman. He is a good wingman, I'll give him that. Would you like to dance? Oh shit, I just remembered I have to leave. I can't leave you alone. My boy gotta dance with you. Come on. Yes. Multiple gods, multiple wingmen. Show him how to do it. Come on, Bell. You've seen an example. Come on, good sir. Come on, good sir. With pleasure. That is such a good response too. I don't know how to dance at all, like formally. I would be so nervous. You have to put your hand on her waist though. Come on, Bell. This is getting intimate. You gotta think, we got Take Mikazuchi, we got Miak, and we have Hermes as wingmen helping us secure the bag. These are good guys. I know she's just messing around, but that's how upset she is. She's equally as jealous as Hestia. She just can't show it. Wow. She was able to share her first experience of something with Bell. Perverts. So when we're talking about spiteful, you mean literal spotlight in the middle of everyone. I wish they had crystal cameras. You know how they have the crystal lamps? I wish they had a crystal camera. Technically, yeah. Okay, I'm heated. Yeah, this is like Shield Hero, Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm heated. How serious is that? The way everyone's reacting is making it seem like that's very serious. That might have been the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright, so I guess all I need to really do is figure out what a war game is and figure out how we're going to win it, because that's going to be the next little mini arc, I'm guessing. This war game between Apollo, which we can tell Apollo and the Apollettes is what I'm going to call the Familia, are some bitches. Especially that short one who I didn't get a good look at his ears. Could have been a miniature half-elf, could have been a Proom, I couldn't tell, because I know Finn's a Proom, but Finn's a cool Proom. And I also know Prooms have their own, like, religion, because there's a Proom goddess, Fiona, something like that, which is just interesting. You know, I love the little side things. I'm so curious to find out more, like I said, about this war game. This banquet, for being the primary focus of this episode, was actually really interesting. I was pretty enraptured the entire time, especially seeing all the other gods. I love when the gods get to interact with each other, because normally it's just them and their peeps. Like, I love seeing Take Mikazuchi, Miak, Hermes, all the girls. They all bring one person, so of course Take brings Mikoto, Hermes brings Asfi. Asfi is awesome. I want to know who the Chianthrope that Miak brought was. I don't know if we've seen her before, but the only names we know under the Apollo Familia or the Apollettes are Daphne and Cassandra. They definitely are of his Familia, but they don't seem too evil-hearted, too cold-hearted like the other members of the Familia. Those guys were just straight up douchebags. I hated them. But Welf leveled up, level 2. I assume relatively soon what Bell is going to be hitting level 3, which now getting context from the Sword of Oratoria is quite major, because it took Ai's 3 years from 5 to 6, which I know 5 to 6 is different from 2 to 3, but he demolished Ai's record. Ai's had the record of hitting 1 to 2 in a year, and Bell hit it in like a month and a half. So you got to think in context, that is fucking insane. It was something along those lines. Can't wait to see a lot of our characters back. Apollo definitely does seem like a prick. Like I said, I'm so curious about the war games. I love seeing a lot of the beautiful women. Hermes is such a wingman. I love it. Can't wait to get back in the dungeon. I'd say that's the biggest thing. To learn more about some more magic, see more action. Yeah, I think other than that, I'm ready to hop into this next episode. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see you in this next one. Peace out, Dapper Squad.